What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Maverick here with episode 7 of Dorohedoro. So last episode, we reached a conclusion of Kaiman's and Nikaido's first incursion into the land of the sorcerers, right? They didn't really accomplish much. Nikaido almost got herself killed. Hey, at least they know the existence of Risu, right? Although now he is nowhere to be found. So, it seems that we're back to square one, and I'm not really sure how they're going to continue with this, right? Of course, they could always have a second incursion. In fact, I wouldn't even put it beyond Kaiman to actually try and go to the Sorcerer's World without Nikaido, considering his current predicament. And also considering that he is maybe somewhat suspicious of Nikaido being a sorcerer now. Although, when we're going to explore that a little bit more remains to be seen. Then again, it could also be a case where the fight is being brought to the hole, and then they will deal with the situation there. In any case, let's get into the episode and find out. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Hi, Ebisu. Didn't you take his body somewhere else? No, you were the one who attacked first, right? Oh. Did they see the security tapes? Oh. But that means Ebisu is also a relatively high level sorcerer. You know, it's quite curious how En is doing so much for Fujita, right? And granting him so much audience. Oh well, that was easy. Why didn't you say so earlier? That was just going. So he decides to use guns still. Even though En specifically told him not to. Oh wait, but didn't he already see Shen take him on and uh like cut his head off and yet nothing happened to Kaiman? Like how stupid can this guy be? Oh my god. But I guess we always need to keep the comedic relief characters. Although who knows? Maybe Fujita will have a very good development arc in the future. Considering his setting is also quite familiar with, you know, who's that guy again? I can't. Ah, Usopp. Usopp, yeah. From One Piece. You know, I've always wanted to say that. Don't you guys feel like he's quite similar to him? Though, particularly because of his choice of mask. Alright, so just back to normal. Baseball? Oh, I guess that's what they were referring to on the poster. Oh, it's quite a while since we saw Ebisu's face. Well, she's certainly enjoying herself. Oh, really? I don't know how I feel about, you know, having a giant cockroach running around, but hey, that's Dorohedoro for you. Oh, that's probably not a good thing. Okay. Well, I guess when you're in a shitty hellhole, anything is entertainment. Huh. Was this before the Dancing Sharks? Or after Dancing Shark? You know. Well, maybe you shouldn't be coming here. And, home run. Oh, he fell into the hole. Oh, you Sundere. Whoosha! Catcher. I would have thought for sure he would be the pitcher. Home run. Huh. So they can actually. I wonder if Nikaido was able to detect that. Oh, and sabotage, right? Yeah. Okay. So Nikaido. Is Nikaido the pitcher? Yep. I wouldn't expect any less. Why do sorcerers have so... Is that why they're so demoralized? I guess this is yet another, you know... Oh. Hey, that was all in all a good... Ooh, okay. I guess someone went on a rampage. I guess this is because of Noe. Huh. So does this have to... Well, they... I mean, at the very beginning, I believe they did say that Ebisu had some, Ebisu had some abilities that was related with turning people into... into lizards. Dang. Shin is a badass. Maybe a devil? Hmm. You had a partner? Well, that's just convenient. I guess their physiology is really different from humans. Otherwise, there's no way that Shin is still alive. Hmm. Magic Dispel. Damn. Yeah. Ooh. And so they're all going to turn into Liz. Yeah, so it was Ebisu. You're the one. Okay. So, even the last episode, we didn't really get any kind of advancement. Here we got a lot. So, I'll see you guys after this. Alrighty, so just when I thought we were going to have a sort of an in-between episode, maybe filler, if you will, particularly because they were playing in this weird baseball game in the middle of nowhere for no apparent reason, it turns out that we got the most development that we have gotten in these past few episodes, right? We actually do have a little bit more clue, especially in terms of what Ebisu actually is and how she is related with everything. Now, with that being said, I'm not entirely convinced that she is the one who transformed Kaiman, right? That would obviously be the most obvious sort of answer. She is someone who specializes in lizard transformation magic. I mean, that stuff we knew since episode 2, I believe, right? Because Fujita was the one who was looking through the database of sorcerers and trying to find someone who specializes in turning people into lizards. And so Ebisu was one of them. However, if I recall correctly, she's not the only one, right? She's just the first one that Fujita was able to find. So whether or not that confirms she's the one who transferred Kaiman, I'm still a little bit on the fence about that, although she is definitely very suspect right now. And particularly with that foreshadowing at the very end there, it could be just all a tease, or it could be Risu saying, yes, this is her, this is the woman, she's the one that did this, right? Um, so that is something that we can look forward to in the next episode. I went through and also, as usual, read through the manga chapters related with this episode as well. No, don't really have they don't really show much else other than this, so it's hard to have a take on the situation even there. Um, and also another thing to maybe sort of take note is that we actually have another method of reverting Kaiman back, not just beyond finding the original sorcerer and then either killing the original sorcerer or asking that sorcerer to turn Kaiman back, but see, we have a instance of dispelling magic, right? So it's entirely possible that this, I believe he's named Chuda or something like that, it could also help turn Kaiman back to his former self. Although, in order to do that, as part of the ingredients, he needs the guts of someone that is most precious to Kaiman, which in this case would probably be Nikaido, right? So, not really sure if that's a thing. I mean, sure, if they are willing to work with the sorcerers, then this entire thing could be solved relatively easily, but obviously that's not gonna happen, right? Because they are at odds with each other. And yeah, but that's basically all the development for this episode. Again, I do enjoy this, hitting you when you least expected, having a lot of fun, playing with different references and whatnot. Oh, by the way, my thinking on the Ebisu shark is that originally it was just a sort of just a joke that the author kind of made, but looking at the differences between the manga version and the anime version, the anime definitely featured Ebisu more prominently in the shark suit and doing some dances, right? Most probably inspired by the Super Bowl performance, halftime performance, the left shark, right? So probably the animation team had some fun there trying to put that reference into the anime, but that was probably not on the original author's mind while she was drawing this particular manga, right? Because this was way before. This was like in early 2000s, I believe, or 2010? I think it was from early 2000s actually. So that's probably just something completely out there. But yeah, anyways, it was quite fun throughout as well. And now we get some development, and as usual, I can't wait to see the next episode. So, I think that's basically it. Wow, this was a pretty short review, but I guess not really that much to say. I mean, the rest was just enjoyment. I mean, Shin, we can still see that he's a badass, getting his guts ripped out, and yet not so much as making a face. In the manga, it was stated more directly that En was also kind of surprised by Shin's brilliance and how he showed absolutely no pain as well. So En, on the other hand, was kind of he kind of didn't really like the idea of pulling his guts out in order to bide for on the off chance that he might be Noi's most precious person, even though that was never going to happen. But En is more adverse to pain, let's just say. I mean, we could actually infer that as well from the last 2 episodes, I believe, because a little bit of pain, just being punched, caused En to fly into a fit of rage and nearly kill everybody in the building. So, that is that. And so yeah, I think that's basically it for this episode. Lots of development, but not really knowing what this is going to go to. Next episode, we can probably confirm whether or not Ebisu is at the center of all this. Maybe potentially she is, considering she is part of the main cast as well. But then again, until she regains all her memories, we're probably still not going to completely understand why she did this, right? So, even though in my review here I'm saying that there's a possibility that Ebisu is not the one, I'd say right now personally I'm leaning more towards 60% yes and 40% no, just on the basis that Ebisu is part of the main cast after all, and you would figure that there's a reason why the author would arrange for this kind of person to be part of the main cast. So there we go, that's it for my review of episode 7. Really looking forward to the next episode as well, and I will see you guys next week. Until then, bye bye.